Hello again and welcome to another episode of Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly highlights of activities in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. I'm Egosa Igumbo. On today's episode, NNPC Limited partners with US firm for production and utilization of ethanol as renewable fuels. And in other engagements, the National Oil Company underscores its commitment to nurturing innovation and talent within the energy space. Plus, our weekly update on the war on crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism. Details of these and more in a moment. Stay with us. We begin with top energy stories making the news around the globe and the latest international oil prices. Oil futures edged higher at the start of the week, extending gains on expectations that OPEC Plus will deepen supply cuts to sharp prices, which have fallen for 4 weeks on easing concern of Middle East supply disruptions amid the Israel-Hamas conflict. Brent crude futures climbed 66 cents to $81.27 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was at $76.49 a barrel, up 60 cents. The WTI and Brent contracts settled 4% higher last Friday after sources told Reuters that a producer group made up of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and their allies, including Russia, will consider whether to make additional oil supply cuts when it meets on November 26. U.S. energy firms have added oil and gas rigs for the first time in 3 weeks. That's according to energy services firm Baker Hughes. The oil and gas rig count serves as an early indicator of future outputs. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, recently participated in the 41st Annual International Conference and Exhibition of the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists in Lagos. The conference focused on advancing the study and application of geoscience for the benefit of its stakeholders. Take a look.
With the theme, Repositioning the Oil and Gas Industry for Future Dynamics, the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists Conference is an annual gathering of geologists, industry professionals, government officials, and the academia. In his opening address, the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, who was represented by the Executive Vice President Upstream, Orishimeyiwa Eyison, highlighted the crucial role of oil and gas exploration in shaping the industry's future. Acknowledging the challenges in the dynamic energy sector, Kyari emphasized the need for dedication, expertise, and knowledge. The Group CEO further reiterated NNPC Limited's commitment to unlocking new frontiers, pushing technology and economic boundaries, enhancing exploration, developing renewables, fostering innovation, adopting energy technologies, and implementing portfolio management within the industry.
The priorities of customers will also continue to vary depending on energy requirements, geography, technology, purchasing power, value systems, government policies, and various other dynamic factors. The future will belong to companies that recognize this reality and position themselves to be able to develop a balanced, complementary energy portfolio that leverages innovation and technology to harness the strengths of various energy sources and tailor them to meet the requirements of an ever-changing market.
Also speaking at the panel sessions, the Executive Vice President Upstream, Orishimeyiwa Eyison, and the Deputy Manager, Operations Management Frontier Assets, NEPL, Adamu Suleiman, discussed NNPC Limited's strategic role, aspirations in the industry, and commitment to nurturing talent and innovation in the energy sector, respectively.
Any economy that wants to make progress, if it doesn't get the educational system right, please forget it. You're going nowhere. NNPC today is building its research and innovation arm. It's not a full company, it's an arm of the corporate headquarters, RTI. And we are working closely with the academia to ensure that not only do they support us, we also support them. So where the educational system is not robust enough, then you won't do it. So I think the industry should continue the advocacy with government to ensure that right resources are deployed. Adequate resources, I beg your pardon, it's deployed to the educational system.
So what we are currently doing now in terms of the repurposing is to work together with NUPRC and profile most of our disused oil wells. Owando is on this track and we are talking to them to see how we can jointly achieve this as a means of energy security for the future. What are the advantages? Look, you are going to save drilling costs because you don't need to drill new geothermal wells. Again, the cost of abandonment, you don't need to abandon your well, you just repurpose it from oil now to geothermal. Again, you can do dual completion. You are producing the oil. Again, you are tapping the heat to power your facilities. Again, it's a decarbonization strategy because it reduces the carbon footprint of your product.
The exhibition arena featured guest exploring booths showcasing activities of the participating companies. Fun activities such as quiz and raffle draw took place at the NNPC Limited booth, with visitors winning gifts. NNPC Limited's participation at the 2023 Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists Conference was a resounding success, as the company was presented with the prestigious award for the Best Innovative Company.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, and the United States Grains Council are exploring potential partnership opportunities in the production of ethanol. At a meeting held at the NNPC Towers in Abuja, both teams discussed the possibility of deploying U.S. grain-based technology, expertise, and resources in Nigeria to enhance ethanol production and its utilization in line with sustainability principles.
So that's going to move. But
both the NNPC Limited and the United States Grains Council acknowledged the significance of ethanol production for both Nigeria and the United States. This is more importantly because ethanol, as a renewable and sustainable fuel, offers an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional hydrocarbon-based fuels. The NNPC Limited team was led by the Executive Vice President Downstream, Dakpo Shegun, who represented the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, while the U.S. delegation was led by the President and CEO of the U.S. Grains Council, Ryan LeGrand. NNPC Limited expressed its interest in leveraging the technical expertise of the United States Grains Council to enhance ethanol production in Nigeria, as both parties recognized the potential economic, social, and environmental benefits that can be derived from increased ethanol production. Both parties recognized the need for a robust and efficient infrastructure to support ethanol production, as the United States Grains Council offered to assist NNPC Limited in evaluating existing infrastructure, the benefits of utilizing various feedstocks including corn, sorghum, and barley in ethanol production. They also highlighted best practice in feedstock management, its availability, and identifying areas for improvement, while NNPC Limited expressed its commitment to creating an enabling framework for the adoption of ethanol as a viable fuel option. The meeting between NNPC Limited and the United States Grains Council marked an important step towards potential collaboration in ethanol production, as well as exploring technical solutions, feedstock availability, infrastructure development, market strategies, and regulatory frameworks that are instrumental in determining the viability and scalability of ethanol production in Nigeria.
As nations strive for self-reliance and sustainable growth globally, delivering reliable electricity supply has become imperative, and the pivotal role of gas in achieving these objectives is now in focus. To realize this goal, NNPC Limited is working on strategic projects and partnerships to align with federal government's plan for industrialization. With various gas-to-power infrastructure projects, NNPC Limited is hoping to power the nation's economy and ultimately eradicate energy poverty. Let's take a look at some of these projects.
The historic groundbreaking ceremony of the first phase of the 1,350 megawatts Gwagwalada Independent Power Project (GIPP) project was performed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a well-attended ceremony of industry players, policymakers, and well-wishers alike. The strategic GIPP project is a combined cycle power plant established due to the pressing need for additional power generation capacity in Nigeria through the harnessing of the country's abundant natural gas resources. It is to receive gas supply through the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline, which is currently in advanced stages of construction. The GIPP project has its auxiliaries and balance of plants situated on 54.7 hectares of land in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The project has been greeted with much enthusiasm by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the future of energy sufficiency in Nigeria.
I would like to commend the effort of NNPC along its partners for this initiative. I hereby urge and encourage a team that is positive to do our job.
Sharing a detailed overview of the project, the Group CEO NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, reiterated the company's unflinching commitment towards supporting the federal government's gas-to-power aspirations through the effective utilization of Nigeria's abundant gas resources.
As a commercial enterprise, Your Excellency, NNPC sees these projects as an opportunity to monetize our abundant natural gas resources by expanding access to energy to support economic growth, industrialization, and job creation across the country. To achieve this national aspiration, NNPC has invested heavily in domestic gas footprints expansion projects through the delivery of the Trans-Nigeria Gas Pipeline project, which includes the Escravos to Lagos pipeline systems. We call it ELFS and ELFS 1 and ELFS 2, the OB3 gas pipeline, and the Ajaokuta-Kano AKK gas pipeline. NNPC will continue to replicate similar viable business opportunities across the nation to enable access and affordability of energy across the country. And they will all be commercial, and they will cause no pain to Nigerians.
Additional remarkable features of the GIPP project are the 3 powertrain blocks of 450 megawatts, which features General Electric GT13E2 gas turbine generators, heat recovery steam generators, a steam turbine electric generator, direct air cooling condensers, balance of plant equipment, and a black start diesel generator. Its fuel requirements will be satisfied under long-term gas sales of purchase and aggregation agreements with Shell Petroleum Development Company joint venture. Aside supplying power to the national grid, the GIPP project would also assist with restarting the rest of the national grid when necessary. Huge excitement about the project and its attendant benefits to the populace continues to reverberate amongst stakeholders.
It will not only create opportunities for engineers, artisans, laborers, and expatriate staff or non-expatriates or unskilled staff, but even for the market woman that will come here to sell her food, that will come to sell her rice every morning. It will open up doors and opportunities for so many people that will transport people in and out of this place, and all manner. All these are the multiplier effects of projects like this.
Let me appeal, Your Excellency, that upon its completion, the power requirements of the FCT administration to power the street lights required to promote public safety and security, the waste and water treatment plants, power supply to industrial areas, and so on and so forth, should be accorded priority of attention.
More commendations on the innovation by NNPC Limited speaks to the ripple effect of the investment in the improvement of the national transmission system, innovation, attraction of additional investments, as well as a boost on the standard of living of Nigerians.
This project, as President said, is 3 years. It's very important because monitoring and evaluation in order to ensure efficacy of projects and in order to ensure projects that are to be completed within a time frame. It's something that we need to emulate, Mr. President, and we have to give kudos to the point.
Gas is the way to go. Cars and power coming together is the way to go. And a deep thinker like the President, a focused man like the President, cannot do anything better than this, than taking us away from the traditional to this innovative path, and ensuring in his speech today that 3 years for this construction must indeed be 3 years.
Another milestone achievement in Nigeria's journey of gas-to-power initiatives through NNPC Limited is the 50 megawatts Maiduguri Emergency Power Plant MEPP. The MEPP, which is located in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, has been commissioned in the month of March 2023. It is being executed through NNPC Limited's subsidiary of the Gas and Power Investment Services, NGPIS. This has seen the generation at first instance of 32 megawatts, which has been designed, built, and delivered in an unprecedented 16-month project cycle. The MEPP is part of an incremental 4,000 megawatts of power-generating assets that the federal government embarked upon to improve national power supply and stimulate economic growth through commercialization process.
This is the major one. Another 12 months, we'll have the steam turbine ready. And that does not take much. As I've told you, this one already is going to provide 30 to 35 megawatts. That steam turbine is about 15 megawatts. So in another 12 months, why it's going to take 12 months? We have all the equipment on site. But why it's going to take 12 months is that technically, the gas that you burn here, because after it drives the turbine, it's still very hot. Instead of us sending to atmosphere that hot gas, we use that gas to generate steam, and then the steam will drive steam turbine. So you need this one operating before you start the other one, and that's why it's going to take some months.
We are using the GETM 2500 gas turbine, and in this power plant, we have different systems, including the gas turbine and also firefighting systems, all the BOP balance of plant facilities. I believe this product will not only supply power to the local community, also the other areas which are facing the shortage of power.
The thermal plant, which is its first of its kind in northern Nigeria, seeks to provide reliable and sustainable electricity to the city of Maiduguri and environs, where Borno State has suffered electricity blackout for over a year, following the destruction of 3 towers of electricity lines along the Damaturu-Maiduguri road by insurgents sometime in January and March 2021. The success of the MEPP project in the region continues to resonate with the beneficiaries in Borno State. They expressed excitement at the prospects of the initiative by NNPC Limited.
This project for us is not electric bulb, it's not air conditioner, it's not a fan. It is actually businesses starting. It's actually a way of actualizing our 25-year development plan and 10-year strategic transformation initiative.
We are recovered now. It's only we are going in for business now. And definitely because Maiduguri is a center for Trans-Sahara commercial center. People from Sudan, from up to Sudan, Congo, they are coming in here. Chad, Niger, and Cameroons are coming and doing their commerce here. So we are very grateful. And this thing will help us a lot.
No doubt, the gas-to-power projects of the GIPP and MEPP already underway is a symbol of Nigeria's determination to harness its vast gas resources for the benefits of its people. NNPC Limited, being at the forefront of this aspiration, is not sparing anything to chance in driving government's gas-to-power aspirations. The emergency power project will be replicated across the 36 states of the Federation, 50 megawatts planned for Lagos, Kano and Port Harcourt, and 30 megawatts in 33 states. To this end, more initiatives are also springing up in Kaduna and Kano states, which traverse the corridors of Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipelines.
You're still watching Energy and You. The inland basins are areas that possess features necessary for the formation and trapping of oil and gas, while frontier exploration is the process of exploring hydrocarbon such as crude oil, natural gas, coal, and other energy sources in the inland basins. This includes deep offshore blocks and ultra-deep concessions. Now, for general knowledge, the inland sedimentary basins of Nigeria can be found in Anambra, Chad, Bida, Sokoto, Dahomey, and the Benue Trough, which includes the Gongola Basin and the Niger Delta Basin. Our crew went out to ask how much Nigerians know about the inland basins in the country.
I think we have a few that I know actually. I know we have the Niger Basin, the Gongola Basin, the Anambra Basin, and some other basin.
What I know about the inland basins in Nigeria are there are 8 of them near our inland waterways, and they are a source of gas and hydrocarbons. And I see them as a very valid investment opportunity and as a means of earning foreign exchange for the country.
The inland basin is the area where you get some of the natural resources. I think I know places like Niger Basin, you have Gongola, Niger, and so on and so forth.
Up next is an update on the fight against crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism by NNPC Limited.
Across the Niger Delta, the war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration continues to record remarkable progress. Between the 11th to 17th of November 2023, 172 incidences were recorded across the Niger Delta. In the past week, 67 illegal refineries were discovered and destroyed in Owodopopo and Obodo Omadino in Delta State, Ekeremo in Bayelsa, Ohaji Egbema in Imo, Owaza in Abia State, and Emoha in River State. 8 illegal connections were discovered this week in Abia State, Rivers, and Imo States. 5 cases of pipeline vandalism was recorded. Here, a boat fills up with crude oil from a vandalized wellhead. A vandalized pipeline by oil thieves spills its content into the water, further contaminating the environment. 3 cases of oil spills were recorded in the past week as well. 5 illegal storage sites were uncovered in Ugeli, Iyede, Olomoro, and Tori in Delta State. 18 vehicle arrests were made in several locations in Delta State: Patani, Kwale, Ugeli, and Abraka. On water, 55 boats conveying stolen crude were apprehended in Delta State. Between the 11th to 17th of November 2023, 27 suspects were arrested across the Niger Delta. 12 of these incidents took place in the deep blue water, 45 in the western region, 44 in the central region, and 71 in the eastern part of the Niger Delta. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good.
And that's our wrap on the show this week. Thank you for investing your time with us. If you missed any of our previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. Remember to also follow us on all our social media handles showing on your screen to get updates of events in Nigeria's energy sector and other activities of NNPC Limited. Thanks again for watching. I'm Elgo Saigumbo, and I'll see you again.